Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Jay. I'm back with another video, and on today's episode, or today's video, I'm gonna share with you what's in my camera bag this year, and specifically what I've packed for the upcoming trip that we're having this weekend. So stick around and find out what's inside the bag. Let's go! Okay, so I've seen a lot of these sort of what's in my camera bag videos, and I thought that maybe it might be a bit insightful for you guys, and maybe it would be nice to share what I think are important for a trip, especially a travel trip, because I'm primarily a event photographer and videographer, and I think that the things that we pack for these sorts of events are different from the kinds of things that we might need for traveling. So I wanted to sort of share and maybe give you guys an idea of what I think are the things that are required for travel, going to other countries, maybe just going out and going to places and exploring. So these are sort of the things that I usually bring, and maybe these things can give you an insight on what you guys might want to bring when you guys travel. If you're like me and really like taking pictures everywhere, just exploring. So this is the camera bag that I have chosen. It is the Lowepro ProTactic 350. Now I know what you're thinking, why didn't you get the 450? The first reason is that they kind of ran out of the 450 when I was buying. The second is the 350, after using it for some time, actually fits my body frame much better than I think the 450 would. I'm not a very particularly large person, so I think that this bag is perfect for my size and frame, and I can carry it pretty easily. So another thing about this bag is that it's pretty strong and sturdy. So I think one of the things that's important when you're traveling is that you have not only an efficient bag, but also a bag that you're confident to travel around without breaking your back, because like for me in particular, I have really terrible back pains whenever I carry really heavy things. So to have a bag that's secure like this one and pretty efficient, I think it's a good investment, and I think it's a good kind of thing, especially when you're out and about. And I think this bag has been very useful, very sturdy, very efficient for keeping everything, and also very light when moving around. Actually, let's move on to the outside first. So outside, as you guys can probably see, is this thing. So this is the Joby GorillaPod 3K. So I got the 3K version of the GorillaPod because it carries the camera body that I primarily use, which I'll talk about in a sec, very efficiently. It's very strong, very sturdy, and it's actually pretty versatile. You can use it for almost any situation. Let's say that you're out and you want to mount this on a railing, or you don't have a really solid surface. Wrap it around maybe a telephone pole, you name it. This thing is very versatile, and it's very useful and strong enough to carry most camera bodies within 3 kilograms of weight, such as the one that I'm using right now. And yeah, I think this is really useful, especially if I have to video myself during the travel. So when I'm vlogging, I can do just that, just walk around with this thing, and it won't look too heavy and conspicuous as well. Let's move on to what's in the smaller pockets of the bag. So earphones, because music. Now let's move on to what's inside the bag itself. So before that, we have these small little pouches here on both sides. So we have batteries. These are LPE6 batteries. And then we have, on the other pocket, a SD card holder. This one right here. So it fits 6 SD cards, and inside, as you can see here, inside you can actually fit micro SD cards below the SD card. So I think that's really useful. It saves a lot of space. This thing is actually really handy. This was actually a gift given to me by a friend. So really useful. So now moving on to what's inside the bag, we have an assortment of goods. But I'd actually like to start with the main camera body that I use. So it's actually the one filming me right now. So what I'm using is the Canon 80D with the Sigma 18-35 f1.8 lens. And on top, recording audio is the Rode Video Micro. So the main reason why I use the 80D is because number one, it has a flip out screen. Number two, it actually fulfills all the needs that I have for not only traveling but also for the job that I really do, which is events. So this thing can take really good video, it can take good photos. So overall, it's a really good package, and it's something that's not super duper expensive. It's something relatively affordable, and you don't have to break the bank in order to get something like this. And also using the Sigma 18-35, it is one of the best video lenses out there right now. It gets very sharp and is very useful, especially in low light, because it goes down to f1.8. And because it is a zoom lens, it goes from 18-35, which isn't very long, I'd say. But then it's a very useful focal range, especially if you have to shoot wide things. Kinda wish it had like maybe until 50, so it would be a bit more versatile, but then I think it'd be very heavy. And of course the Rode Video Micro, which you can see up top there. It's pretty convenient, I'd say. It's not so big, and it's actually really affordable. It's around 4,000 pesos, and I don't think that it's too expensive for what it is. It's pretty good quality, and I trust it very much. So moving on from the main camera body, for lenses that I use with the 80D, I particularly have two that I bring around together with the Sigma 18-35, and the first one is the Canon 10-22 focus. Canon 10-22mm f 3.5 to 5.6. So this is an ultra wide angle lens. It is something that I love using, especially for landscapes and for getting those really nice cityscapes. You get a view of the buildings, you get a really nice perspective over there. And overall, this is a great lens, especially when you're vlogging or filming yourself, because you get this nice wide coverage. You get more context with this lens. It's actually also very light, so I think it's very particularly useful when you're traveling because you don't want to pack something that's too heavy in there. So next lens, we have one of my all-time favorite lenses, and one of the first lenses I ever got, and that is this one, which is the Canon 50mm 1.8. It is my go-to, I'd say go-to portrait lens, because I use it for almost every single portrait shoot that I go to. Insert examples now. So those were all shot with this little lens here, and this cost maybe 6,000 pesos. So you're getting something with excellent image quality in such a small form factor body that you don't really have to worry about the price either, and you get amazing results with this even for videos. Next up, we go to some of the accessories for the lenses, I guess. So we have this thing, which is a neutral density or ND filter for the Sigma lens. So as you know, it is an f1.8 lens. So it goes down just to get those out of focus backgrounds. However, when you're shooting in broad daylight, such as today, which is super hot outside, you need something that'll protect your lens from overexposing the subjects that you want. So this is excellent for not only video, but also for photography. I've used this to shoot some amazing sunset landscapes where you see that water on the ocean. It just becomes this sort of fog, like foggy area, which is wonderful. It's one of my favorite effects right now. And so yeah, I really like this thing. So next up, we have one of my favorite things right now, which fits in the bag perfectly. This is a drone. Believe it or not, it is a drone. This is the DJI Mavic Air. Let's open it up. This little guy right here. So this thing is amazing. It is so small form factor that it fits in such a small bag without compromising a lot of space. So as you know, these days drones are very popular. They are, as you say, the it thing at the moment. And I think that having something like that, something as powerful as a drone in your arsenal, and not having to carry or worry about the extra weight that you're carrying around is really useful, especially if you're traveling. It shoots 4K, it is a small body, small form factor, it shoots great photos, and it folds out really nicely, as you can see. Just take this off. So it folds out really nicely. It's a very small form factor. It is very handy. I've used this. I've actually only used this a few times because I've found that there aren't a lot of places I can fly the drone here yet. I have yet to explore and use this more, but I'm really excited to try it out, especially going to a different place and exploring some aerial perspectives of the place, I'd say. So to match with the drone that you just saw, we have its controller, which is this small little thing which opens up like that. You can actually get the joysticks from out, so it makes keeping it very, very easy. And you have the full controller. Just lock your phone in, get the app going, and you're ready to fly. Below it, we have the accessories for the drone. More power-related accessories. We have the charger of the AV. And then we have a portable charger, which is a power bank. This specific one is the Anker, I believe, 10500. So this thing is a quick charge 3 capable device. It charges my phone up to 3 times on a full charge before having to charge it back. And what's amazing with this is that I can just plug this in, leave it for maybe 2 or 3 hours, and it'll get a full charge because it's also a quick charging battery bank. Some more cables for plugging in laptops, which I'll show you in a bit. So next we move to the computer aspect of everything. So I do keep a laptop in here as well. So the laptop that I primarily use is this, which is the 13-inch MacBook Pro, no touch bar. This is the reason we got this one, is that it's relatively cheaper than the one with touch bar and gives maybe not the best performance, but I think for my use it's pretty much perfect. So this thing is pretty slim, pretty low profile. You can just keep it in your bag, it's pretty safe, and it doesn't take up a lot of space. So the small form factor really won me over with this one. So the next thing that we have are these little adapters here, because MacBook Life, you know, dongles everywhere. So we have these little adapters. This is a USB 3 card reader. This is a USB-C hub. So this also has a card reader, but unfortunately it broke. Then we have a small little pocket USB. So this is also given by a friend. This thing goes to USB Type-C and USB-A. So pretty handy, pretty convenient, especially if I want to plug it into the MacBook and then maybe plug it into a different device so I can continue there. So really nice to have. So then we have the MacBook charger brick. Then we have this Logitech mouse, Bluetooth mouse. It's really nice because you only need a AA battery for it, and it connects by Bluetooth really fast. So just turn it on, pair it, good to go. And then next up we have storage. So for storage we have this, I have this hard drive. It's not the best hard drive, but it's there when I need it. It's a 1 terabyte Transcend hard drive with this USB-C to micro B cable, so I can plug it directly into the laptop without the use of the dongle anymore. And then I also keep more power-related accessories in here because you can never have too many batteries. So I keep 4 AA batteries in here just in case I need to use them for something important. We move on to the sort of fun stuff that I usually bring around in the bag. So I really like this little pouch here. This bag comes with this little pouch that you can open and close really handily. So you can also open this up, get the camera from here. It's actually super convenient, I'd say. So in this little area, I keep my secret weapon for portraits, because on the fly all the time, which are fairy lights. So these things I picked up for around 150 pesos, not that expensive, 150, 250. It's around that much. It's not that bad, and it's been super useful. They work with the AA batteries that I showed you earlier. So just fit these with AA batteries and you've got this wonderful portable light setup where you just get creative with everything, photos, videos, you name it, really nice. So lastly, what's in my bag is something that I carry for business purposes mostly. So I have this case, it's full of my calling cards, yeah! Because, you know, you never know when you'll meet someone who might want to see your work. You might want to meet some clients. If ever someone needs to contact you for a job, or if someone's interested in your work or wants to check out more of you, they get a sense of identity. And I know that there's a lot of electronic things now, but you can never really go wrong with calling cards, I must say. That's pretty much it, I'd say. Now I have to clean up this mess that I made here. I love cleaning anyway, so not a problem. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this sort of sharing of mine. I hope this gave you a bit of insight into the things that you might want to bring when you're traveling. And I think just going around in general, if you love taking pictures and videos as much as I do, then I'm pretty sure that you also have your own sort of setup. I'd love to see what you guys put in your bags. I'd love to know what kind of gear you recommend me. And maybe someday we might be able to meet in the future. Who knows? So I'm super thankful for each and every one of you who has been viewing these videos. Even though I've only put out one video, I can't lie. But I really enjoy making videos like this, and I think that it's a great place to connect with other people like me. By the way, the trip that we're going to is in Singapore, so if there's any one of you guys who's from Singapore, I'd love to see you. But that's pretty much it. I'm super happy, I'm super excited for the trip, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, then please hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully, it'll be the one that I'm already in Singapore. So, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Back to toss!